Hey people. So, I just got done watching the first season of Survivor South Africa, because coincidentally I found someone on Daily Motion who had uploaded the full season. Might not still be there by the time you see this, though. And, it was an interesting ride, because for the first season of a Survivor show, it didn't really feel like Borneo gameplay. It felt like Africa and Marquesas game play, so that was a pleasant surprise. I guess people there, had already watched a little bit of the American version, but the twists that they had in this show, not really a fan of that, because even though Survivor South Africa is trying to copy stuff that's done on other versions, it's like, for whatever reason, they just cannot do it as good as the other versions, because tiny spoiler alert if you haven't seen the fifth season of the show, having it be perfectly legal to steal someone's hidden immunity idol and not taking an idol out of play if they leave it in the bag back at camp when they're voted out? What? Just. And then also the Island of Dead. Now, other versions of Survivor have done this, but here's the catch. They generally do it right at the start of the show. And then they have it to be, round by round. People get eliminated. Now, of course, if people start showing up at the jury out of order, that might clue them in. Well, who's to say that the jury actually has to be at tribal? Just set up a camera and say that the jury member is on the other end. That's how you get around that. They don't actually have to be a tribal. They just have to have the ability to watch the tribal. Yeah. But having it be right deep into the game, I'm not really a fan of. Fan of that. And then also that twist where Jude quit and then Nico ended up being technically voted out but was instead just given like a black vote for lack of a better term. Someone had already quit the game. Why did you do a vote anyway? Now I know you're going to say, well, they've done this on the American version. Yes, they have. But always when there's more than 18 people. Whenever there's been 18 people and somebody has quit the game or medically evac'd, they don't bother voting somebody out. Because once they changed it from Final 2 to Final 3, suddenly 18 people became the new 16, and that is a perfect amount for the show. You just have to make sure that the second boot off in the merge happens a tiny bit quicker than normal. That's all you have to do. 20 people is technically too much people for the show. Trust me. So, yeah. And like they had 14 people here. Yes, they decreased the amount of days, but they still could have fit it in. Yeah, it's like this version of the show really has a tough time with spacing out the days appropriately. I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. And then, again, with what happened with Danielle, giving her the second chance because he was pulled from the game, just don't have a vote. Or an immunity challenge. Huh? And I know that a lot of you are going to be like, well, you're just complaining because it's not like the American version. You can have it be different than the American version, and then you can still have it make sense. What they did with the Island of Dead on Survivor Israel made sense. Okay, granted, I've only seen one season of that show, so it could be that they changed the format in later seasons. I wouldn't know, but it made sense what they did there, although a couple of the other things that they did didn't make sense. Just, you can have it be different and still have it make sense, okay? You can. I don't really feel like they did that here, and it's like I'm always complaining about something that they do to tweak the show, and just they can't pull it off. Yeah. I really wish I wouldn't be complaining about this, okay? Because when I was watching the original UK and original Australian Survivor seasons, I only complained about one twist that they did, and that was, bringing back fully rested, well-fed people deep into the game. Because thankfully, when they did Island of the Dead here, they gave them no luxuries, no sheltered zip. So that was a good decision, at least, yeah. So I should probably talk about the people here. They were a nice bunch. Yeah, there were, negative and dominating people here, and while no huge moments, stood out, they produced a decent amount of, conflict or people to root against or think about their potential. I'm okay with that, especially with the first season of the show, because you lower your expectations a tad bit because of that. And even as I said, they did end up doing more gameplay than I figured they would. So, while no one stands out, I'm not that bothered by it. Really, I'm not. The contestants aren't the problem. It's just how the show ended up behaving with the twists. Yeah. It's like with the winner. Honestly, with that final two, I would have been okay with either one of them winning. They had their reasons, and they voted for who they felt like deserved to win. Boom. I probably would have felt the same exact way had the other person won, honestly. Although, I will admit I was a little bit more for the Makila tribe than the other tribe. For some reason, I'm forgetting about their name now. They had the frog as their mascot, and I was really surprised that they made the frog red and the eagle blue, because in my mind, eagle works better with red and frog works better with blue, to be honest, even though I'm sure there's more red species of frogs than blue. Yeah. So yeah, not the best video, but one issue dominated over everything else, and I figure since I've watched the season, I should give some kind of reaction to it. Later.